welcome to another video. So today I will be talking about how to build your credit rating or credit score in Canada. So as a newcomer to Canada, this is something that's going to be very important for you, and I'll get into it and tell you why. Remember, when you watch the videos, to like it, to leave a comment, and if you're not yet subscribed, ensure that you do so. Commenting and liking the video really helps with engagement, and it helps the video to get to those persons that really need to see it.
When your dreams come alive, you're unstoppable. Take a shot, chase the sun, find the beautiful. We will go in the dark.
Okay, so what is credit rating? What is your credit score? So your credit score in North America, and the US uses it, a lot of different countries, Canada. It's something that will simply tell persons who will lend you money what your score is. So you can have a very poor score to a very high. Now, North America is not really a cash society, so to speak. Everything is done through lending. I don't like debt, so it's something I had to get used to. But I can understand the reasoning behind it. So it is important to save money in your savings account. It is important that you have cash in terms of your resources. But it's not everything that you want to get, you're going to use cash to buy. And this is how your credit score will become important. Whether you're going to get a car, a home in the future, you will need to have a credit score. So let's get into it. Now, this is the first step you're going to take as a newcomer, as a new person to Canada. You're going to go to a bank and you're going to open a checking account. Now, Scotiabank and RBC, TD, Bank of Montreal, they all have accounts, checking accounts. And why a checking account rather than a saving account? Now, a checking account is one in which you will be able to get your direct deposit into your account. Most or all employers in Canada are paying by a direct deposit. Once you get employed, they will ask you for a voided check for your checking account so they can deposit your pay. So we're gonna have a quick look, and I'm gonna put on screen for you based on the types of accounts that, say for example, banks like Scotiabank and RBC has. I mentioned TD, Bank of Montreal, and there are many more that you can check, but I'm just looking at these two top banks. So when you go to Scotiabank, and I'll be showing this on screen, and you go to accounts, when you go to all accounts, it will show you accounts for new to Canada, student, youth. Now, if you're a student, you will want to go to the student tab, and there is a student banking account which does not require much. In terms of what you have to show, you'll have to show likely your study permit, and they will also want to see a piece of ID like your passport or something. It allows you up to 25 debit transactions, and through their student banking account you can get scene points. I've had this account for quite a while because, as you know, I came as a student, and this was very helpful for me. My scene points that I got from having this checking account, every time I wanted to go to the movies, I never had to spend a cent because I could use my scene points. So whenever you choose accounts, look for accounts too, that when you use your debit card, it will allow you to get points for different things. So that's the one for Scotia. If you're a student, if you're not a student and you're a PR resident already, you're in Canada, they have a preferred package account, which it allows you up to a certain amount of transactions as well. I'll have these on screen, and it's a monthly charge of $16.95 in terms of what you pay as a monthly fee. There's also what we call a basic banking account, which can be very useful, and you are allowed up to about 25 or 10 free transactions, meaning when you use your debit card at a terminal. Now, RBC on their side, they have various different accounts as well, and they have accounts such as RBC Day-to-Day Banking, RBC Advantage Banking, and they do have accounts that are for students and newcomers. And I'll show that on the website. It asks student or newcomer, and it shows all the different account types. So it is important first and foremost to go to one of these banks, anyone you want to choose, TD, BMO, Scotiabank, RBC, and go and open a checking account. Later on, we'll get to a savings account, but a checking account is what you need to make or get created first. Once that is done and you have your job, and even if you don't start working immediately, it is important from time to time to put money in that account. Use your debit card and pay for transactions at terminals just to see activity going in, rather out, activity going out. Now, once you're employed, ensure you use the same checking account to give to your employer voided checks so that they can deposit money. The bank will see that money is coming in consistently. They will see what your cash flow looks like. Now, after a period of about 6 months or so, could be shorter depending on how long you have started employment, the activity happening in your account, you're gonna go to that same bank, and in some cases they will make offers to you even before, but you're gonna initiate. You're gonna go to the bank and you're gonna ask for a credit card. Now, this is why having a checking account is important. In most cases, for any bank to give you a credit card, you have to have an account with them, be it savings, checking, or so on. But a checking account preferably, because that's the account you're getting money deposited into. Now, a bank will have a look at that, see what your cash flow is like, and then based on what they think your credit worthiness is, they will give you a limit for your credit card. Most students can start off with a limit of $1,000. So when I came here as a student and I started with Scotiabank, they were able to give me a credit limit of $1,000 for my credit card. And on that credit card, I used to make purchases like for groceries, and then once the bill comes, I pay it on time and I pay it in full. That's important. So I have a checking account, 1, I go to the same bank, 2, and after some months of them seeing money being deposited in my account, I request a credit card. With the credit card, I spend small amounts, whether for groceries, something I have to buy online or something, and ensure when you get the bill, you're paying back on time. Now, my checking account is there with the same bank, my credit card is there. So whenever my bill is ready, then I just transfer money from my checking account to my credit card right there, same bank. And this is why I said earlier, it's important to, 1, start a checking account first. The bank sees what's happening. You get your credit card with them. Once you're with them, you don't even have to go to the bank to pay. You go online and you just transfer money. Now, I started off with $1,000, and you would not imagine now I have about $12,000 as a credit limit. So this takes time, and by and by you'll be able to build this up. Not only do I have a credit limit, but I have a line of credit, and I will talk about that in another video a whole lot. But this is just to encourage you and tell you about steps that you can take when you're new to Canada in terms of building your credit score. Now, the credit score rating goes from poor, fair, good, very good, and excellent. And I'm gonna show this on screen so you get an idea of the rating. So say for example, 300 to 692 is poor, 693 to 742 is fair, and excellent is about 833 to 900. And this can vary. I'm looking at the one from TransUnion, sorry. This can vary a little bit in terms of the increments, but pretty much the same. So when I started off, my credit rating was always in the area of fair. And one of the reasons for that is because I was only purchasing things on my credit card, paying back. And in terms of financing something, that is what you will do next in order for you to build your credit score and to get it from fair to good to very good and then to excellent. So for me, as I said, I was in the area of good for a very long time, and the reason for this is that even though I was paying back on time, I didn't have anything that I financed. So there is this thing called Equifax. They are the big ones in terms of the credit reports. They house everything. Whenever you take out a phone plan with a new company, whatever it is that your credit score needs to be checked for, Equifax is the big name, where when they run it, a report comes back, they can see what you owe, all of that kind of stuff. Now, I decided that I would take out my car and I'm gonna finance it, because who has over 30,000 and more to buy a car cash? Even if you have it, guys, do not buy it cash. Take it on financing. Put that money aside that you have on cash in an account where you know you have easy access to pay for your loan for your car. So I took my car on financing, and sometimes when our credit check is done on you in terms of what you call a hard check, sometimes it reduces your score by about 3 points. Not a lot. But as you continue, it goes back up. So I took my car loan out. Yes, my credit score dropped a little bit by about 3 to 10 points. Then as I start paying for my loan for my car, my credit score started to go up. And right now, my credit score is in the area of very good, and I can't wait for it to get to excellent. So I took my car out on financing, I'm paying for it, and the bank that I financed my car through also gave me a line of credit. So I have two banks that gave me a line of credit, and I'll talk about that in another video. So just to backtrack, the first thing you're gonna do, open a checking account. The second thing you're gonna do with that same company is to get a credit card. Start off with a credit card that has a very low limit, $1,000 to maybe about $3,000, depending on your status, depending on your income, and pay that bill on time and pay it in full. When you don't pay your credit card in full, then you're incurring interest and you're setting yourself up to fall back. So ensure that you do that. So checking account first, ask for a credit card, limit of $1,000 to $3,000, and then you purchase things, pay back on time. And then the third thing you're gonna do, once you have built up enough credit and your score is about fair or good, then you're gonna take something on financing. It might not be a car, it could be, as I said, anything that you might need for your house. It could be a laptop that you're buying, anything. Could be something for school, who knows. Take it on financing and ensure that you pay it on time. With financing too, the money is gonna come from your checking account too. So they will withdraw it, they set it up, and just ensure that money is in that account at all times to take the things out. So this is how you will start as a newcomer to build your financing. Your credit score, any questions that you might have, ensure to leave them in the comment section. And I will be following up with a video later on to show you how this really works and how this can really help you. Whenever you're ready to take a house next, they will be looking at your credit rating, and it needs to be at least 700 or more for the bank to really consider lending you money for a mortgage. So do not take it for granted. Having your credit score built up is something that is very important. No matter how cashy you are, please ensure that you follow these steps as a newcomer or a new person to Canada. Even if you've been here for a while and you've not been doing these things, start doing this, build your credit so that when you're ready to mortgage a house, finance a vehicle, whatever it is, you will be in good steps. And the next thing, when the banks see that you're paying back what you owe on time, they send you pre-approved offers for line of credit. And right now, I have a very big line of credit, and I'll tell you all about that in another video. So leave your comments again. Any questions, I'll follow up in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and do enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.